let's wrap this up. It's good. It's a quick little um 7 songs here. So before our last song that we will talk about today is from Nick Heyward, the song Warning Sign. Okay, so what can you tell me about Nick Heyward? What do you remember from Nick Heyward? What band was he in?
Well, Haircut 100,
Yeah,
which
and which we all love. But Nick had a number of hits. He had one that was coming up, another K-rock type hit. But this one, it was good to hear this song. I vaguely remember this song. Do you remember the song Warning Sign?
I didn't really remember it. I was I was still into the Haircut 100 when he was with Haircut 100, and that album was a year or two before. Do you like the song?
Yeah, yeah. It's good. I liked the video is kind of fun. It's just kind of a performance where he's in a nightclub and he's got the three backup singers and
Very 80s.
yeah, yeah. But that it was kind of 80s and that but it was kind of harking back to the 60s. The one thing I do like about the song is actually the guitarist. I like the guitar part in this song. I think it's really strong. And I looked through the YouTube comments, and someone actually mentioned the guitarist, and his name is Alan Murphy. So, good job, Alan Murphy, on this song.
Yes, yay, Alan Murphy.
Yeah, and the song made it up to number 25 in the UK. So
That's something.
Keeps them relevant, exactly, and keeps them relevant with the K-rock crowd. So,
well, he'll always be relevant with the K-rock crowd for Haircut 100. But do you know that he is recording now? He's recording on Patreon. So people are funding his music as he's releasing it now.
Oh, Patreon?
Mm-hmm. Did I mispronounce?
I thought it was Patreon. That's
Patreon.
what I always said. Yeah.
Patreon. You're right. I said Patreon.
Yes.
He's recording on Patreon now, so people are funding his music.
Say it one more time. You kind of.
So he's recording on Patreon now, and so people are funding his music, and I think he's releasing it as singles.
Okay, so that's a thing now, because I know like there was Pledge Music and there was another thing. There's been a number of things where you can support artists that you love and you want to see them still put up new stuff.
Yeah.
So Nick is doing that. Okay.
Nick is doing that. He was doing, actually, he was, and I had read that back in 2013, he was working with his son. He was recording with his son and through a Pledge Music campaign. But okay. I think currently it's Patreon. Yeah. So if you want to hear some Nick Heyward.
Yeah. Okay. I just went on the website, recording a new album and sharing the process. Well, this is from 2020. So I don't know. Let's see. I wonder if it. So there's a link. So just go to nickheyward.com, and for $7.50 a month, you can become the Patty Fields of Patreon. Get daily Lens updates. Are the first to hear all the news, including gig announcements, releases, and new merch.
He does. I did see he has some dates announced, but they're all in the UK.
All right. Is there an artist that you would do this for? I'm sure there are. I don't know.
I won't know until it happens.
Right. Yeah, I think so too. Like, I don't think I'm sure let's say Neil Finn suddenly wants to put out some new music and he can't find anyone. What do you do? Neil
Finn is putting out new music. He's very active and he's putting out new music. But yeah, you're right. Maybe I would for him. Maybe for Sheryl Crow, but it would have to hit you in the moment. It would be like, oh, I got to hear this. And then you are, you become a sponsor.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anyone would do that for our podcast yet.
I don't think so either. So who would you do it for?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of an 80s artist as I look down this list. Who do we? Well, yeah, maybe Living Daylights. Do it for Living Daylights.
Why? You can hear Rusty.
Yeah, well, I don't want to hear Paul McCartney. I know
You
he's
want to
going to
hear
be
Living
okay.
Daylights?
Yeah, Paul McCartney's going to be all right. But yeah, Living Daylights,
I think
possibly.